And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Ingrid Jones, and I'm joined tonight with Markus, the Great Williams.
Hey guys, man, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well.
Good to see you in the room, Markus, after yesterday's interesting events of non-connections and disconnections and all the rest of it. We are connected tonight. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, man. Just a little bit tired, but not too tired for you.
Good stuff. So those people who don't know who Markus Williams or Markus the Great, and I do love that name, the Great Williams. Tell us a little bit more about what division you're fighting, how tall are you, all the rest of it.
Yeah, well, I'm a light heavyweight. I'm 6'5". You know, so this is freakishly tall for a light heavyweight.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? What else can I really say? The name says it all. The Great. You know, that's how I see myself.
Well, let's get into it. I mean, let's talk about your amateur career. Did you have any amateur career?
Yeah, I had an amateur career. I didn't have that many fights. I had 11.
Okay.
I had 11 and one. I won 10, lost 1.
Okay. How you got into boxing?
Oh, I basically walked into the boxing gym and knew this is where I belong. I just knew it. I mean, I played sport all my life. I played basketball before. Played basketball for about 8 years, and I broke my foot, and I just packed it in. And from there, I thought, you know what? I'm getting on with my age. I'm serious about sport, boxing. I wanted to box from younger, but my mum wouldn't let me.
No mum wants to let their son box. None.
That's the thing, you know.
I don't teach you. I don't want you boxing. You can do anything with your life, but don't box. Don't want to see your beautiful face you got. Don't box.
Oh man, that sounds exactly like her. That was the thing. But once I came of age, I basically my own man. You know what I mean? My own decisions. So I walked into the boxing gym and I fell in love. I mean, the sound of the sounds of the bags being pounded, watching sparring, you know, people skip. I just knew, yeah, this is where I belong. This is where I belong, man. I just want to hit the bag. I want to hit someone. Do you know what I mean?
So what was like when you first after you joined up in boxing? What was the gym you were at?
I started off at Fitzroy Lodge.
Yes, it's a very popular gym. Some very good fighters have come out of Fitzroy Lodge as well.
Yeah.
So where's Fitzroy? Is that the one in Paddington?
No, it's not in Paddington. It's in South Lambeth.
South Lambeth. Wait.
Yeah,
so you've got All Stars Gym. There's Fitzroy Lodge, and there's another one.
There's Repton.
Repton, Fitzroy Lodge, and All Stars.
Yeah.
But there was one. I'm sure there was a gym in Paddington to talk about, an amateur gym.
Paddington. I'm not too sure.
Okay, but I know Fitzroy Lodge. Of course, that is some good fighters from there. So, your first amateur bout. The experiences of your first amateur bout.
Oh man, yeah, this was a while ago now.
Experience. What did it feel like? You know, getting in the ring for the first time under the lights.
I felt like I belonged, man. I felt like I belonged, man. It's like there's nothing like being the center of attention. You know?
Okay.
And the way that the ring is set up, the ring's right in the middle of the hall, and then everyone's sitting around the ring, and they've come to watch you. I didn't know about the other guy, and I didn't care. The fact of the matter is that their eyes were on me. That was the most important thing. So I could, you know, I was just free. I felt a sense of freedom when I was in the ring. I remember that.
Okay. So your first win, when you rack up your wins, deal with your first defeat.
I just shut it out. I shut it out. I'm not a sore loser. I hate losing, but I just went on
In
like,
fact, to be honest, let me stop you there. I don't know anybody, Marcus, that actually likes you, that actually likes losing.
yeah.
Except losing one thing, but actually like losing, I've never met anybody yet, so I can understand.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're correct in that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't take it bad. I was a gentleman about it. But I sort of just forgot that it happened about an hour later. I just blocked it out of my head, you know. That's how I deal. It's how to deal with some things, you know. You just block them out, going like they don't exist.
Okay, but what did you learn from that defeat?
Don't lose again. don't lose again. Don't lose again.
That's a good enough lesson, isn't it?
Yeah. Preparation is everything. That's what I also learned, and I didn't prepare properly for that fight.
What was it that you could have done better? I know you didn't prepare, but what was it behind that?
Apply myself more to training. There were certain days, specific days that were important that I missed of my training. So like pad days and stuff, the days when we get the pads, I didn't turn up for that, or I turn up late. And making weight. I wasn't, well, to be honest, it wasn't my fault with making weight because I wasn't knowledgeable in that area.
Okay.
That's the thing. So normally how they have it in the amateurs is that you just starve yourself down or really dehydrate yourself to make the weight, because you could be fighting next week. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, whereas obviously it's a lot different in the professionals, it's a lot more advanced, it's better. So yeah, lack of preparation.
To turn from amateur to pro, what was the decision, the turning point for you?
Oh man. Well, when you watch boxing, you don't watch amateurs, you watch professionals. Do you know what I mean? I grew up watching professional boxing. I never knew about amateur boxing. I didn't even know it existed. And you don't get paid also, get paid as a professional, you know, getting on with age, and I need to begin to earn a living. And boxing was one of my dreams, you know, to be a professional boxer.
So you decided to turn pro. What was
Yeah.
the decision? And what was the point? Said, you know what?
Combination of things. It's being fed up with not being taught how to fight properly. There was that. There was also like you feel as though sometimes you reach a standstill in your life and you want something new. You know, you want to. It's time to advance. You know,
Time to move on.
Yeah,
You get stale,
exactly.
doing the same things over and over.
Yeah,
Over and over again, and you know it's time to move on. Yeah, that's something I could definitely resonate with. I'm sure people know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's definitely something you could resonate with. But when that happens, when that time happens, only you know that.
Yeah, of course.
Only you know that. Everyone else around thinks, "Oh no, Marcus, you're good at it. You do a couple more years doing that, you do the ABAs, mate," and then you're like, "No, mate, you don't understand. It's time to move on."
It's time to move. Definitely, it's all about you. It's your decisions at the end of the day. Your decisions. You decide what goes on in your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one could talk me into boxing, and I'm pretty sure no one could talk me out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will only be, if I quit boxing, it's because I want to quit, not because someone else has put the idea into my head.
I think I'm going to talk like Andre Ward. I'm going to do an Andre Ward special.
Yeah.
We don't the people. We make our own decisions.
Yeah.
That's how Andre Ward talks. It says Andre Ward. We're not taught to act this way. And I say so. In this case, you know, we're not taught to follow other people's opinions, but to follow what's best for us.
Of course, definitely.
You know, we don't care about other people's opinions. It's just that the executive decision stays with us.
You're the boss.
I think you should fight Golovkin tomorrow. No. What about you fighting Golovkin tomorrow? No, I don't particularly want to fight Golovkin. Oh, let's see how you do against Golovkin. You know, it was, well, I think you should fight this person. Oh, yeah, okay. What about you fighting them? No, mate. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not really looking. I'm not seeing that. I'm not feeling that, you know?
You see, so it's all right for them to decide who you should fight, but when you tell them, no, you should fight them, they don't want to do it.
Exactly. Very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, to me, it comes down to, I think that some people want to see you lose. You know, they either want to see you lose, or they want to see they want to try and test you some way. Do you know what I mean? There's no one likes
To
like
see exactly what they're
yeah,
dealing with.
yeah. It's a jealousy to me.
Absolutely. So now you see you turn pro. Who's the person you turned to turn pro? Because obviously there's lots of trainers out there, lots of managers, lots of promoters. So how did it work for you?
To be honest, I didn't have anyone to turn to because I didn't know um, any professional trainers of that sort. I was doing a bit of training with Dillian White. I'm good friends with him, and just speaking to him and sort of he gave me a bit of advice. I just turned up at a professional boxing club. I started training there, and it's like everything just started coming to me. Do you know what I mean? I was in the right environment, so everything started to fall in place. I met a few people, spoke with them, and I was able to discern that, yeah, they're not the trainer for me. He's not saying what touches my heart type of thing, or I don't like his character, I don't get along with him, so I'm not going to go with him. And that's the thing, when you're talented, they swarm you. It's the truth. It's like being a really nice girl. You go to a club, all the guys are on you.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Until they smell your breath, or maybe you know, then the swarm away. You know,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's just obviously having knowledge of self and on what you're
of course.
capable of. Chris Eubank,
Yeah.
I remember the Chris Eubank story. I remember him going to Barry Hearn and said, "Listen, I'm the best middleweight in the world.
Yeah.
You keep me undefeated, and I'll look after you."
Wicked.
So that's what Eubank said to Barry Hearn.
Exactly. Wicked. And to me, as I say, there is knowledge of yourself. You know what you're worth at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So that's the point you have to put across to the people, is that I know what I'm worth, so pay me what I'm worth. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're getting the top dog when you sign me. You know, I'm not a mediocre fighter, I'm not an average fighter. I'm the best fighter. So just focus on me and don't worry, like,
So
I will get you there.
So who did you decide to actually pick as your trainer?
Pardon?
Who did you pick as your trainer?
Oh, Brian Lawrence.
Brian Lawrence, well-established trainer. What made you join Brian
Oh man, I got
Lawrence?
along with him from the minute that we locked eyes. It's like
A love affair.
you call it that, or
Not why I know before people start thinking,
yeah.
just instant chemistry.
Yeah, it was chemistry. I mean, he took another one of his boxers down there for sparring, a big heavyweight, and I was just amazed with the work that was going on in front of me. He had an excellent jab, a nice right uppercut. Like, his selection of shots was so good. So I thought, I need to know who his trainer is. So then I saw his trainer. I saw his trainer. It was Brian. I just approached him one time and I asked him if he could corner me for some sparring. You know, and of course I put on a display because I'm trying to impress him, because I knew that it was him that I wanted to train me. So I have to show why he should be my trainer. So I put on a display in sparring, and we just got talking afterwards, and ended up being like a 2-hour conversation just about boxing and life in general. And I went home with the feeling, I know this is the guy. This definitely, we exchanged numbers, and the rest is history.
Wow. For those people who don't know about Brian Lawrence, give us a little bit to who he is as a trainer. I know he's trained a lot of champions.
Yeah, he's trained a lot of champions, like Henry Akin one day trained him. He trained James Cook. He trained Ian Napa.
Near Napa, watch me. When he had his last amateur bout, watch me have my first amateur bout. You move like you've had about 100 amateur bouts, he said to me. I said, no, this is my first bout, mate. And he watched me get blatantly robbed the first fight.
Oh,
knocked
man.
Guy down twice, and it knocked him down in the first, knocked him down in the second.
Yeah.
And the referee told me if I hit him again hard, that he's going to disqualify me. He disqualified me
For hitting someone hard.
Yeah. Jumped out of the ring, and he jumped into a Mercedes Benz, disappeared.
Wow.
That guy really got. And you know, my first bout, who was there watching it, Gordon Banks, the legendary goalkeeper for England.
Yeah.
He only has one eye, and out of that one eye, you could see I was winning the fights. And Napa was there. Napa went, nah,
We're
man.
winning.
So yeah, I was ultimately first on the night.
Yeah.
They made the last guy on the night fight, and it was unbelievable. They were chanting all sorts of race. We were in Crawley at the all sorts of racist abuse that he was going to the ring. And
wow.
yeah, my mates were just a few of our mates were down from London.
Yeah.
And you know how it is. And it was going to kick off. It's going to kick off. But it's like 4 or 5 man versus kind of a room of. Only so much barroom brawling you can do. So
of course.
It was one of them ones, and the referee got suspended for it. And from what I heard, suspended that referee. But I can't believe my first bout going back just with Napa hitting a guy getting suspended, getting told by the referee, you hit him hard again, you knock him down again, I'm going to disqualify you. I mean, if that's not home turn cooking, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so Napa's a good man. He won the British, I think the British European.
British and European, yeah.
Yeah, flyweight, wasn't it?
Was he? Yeah, he was a flyweight or bantam, I think he was.
They moved up and down between the weights. Yeah, he was a very talented kid, very talented. Didn't have much power, but very talented.
Very talented. Fighter. Very elusive, man. He had a wicked style.
He did. Shout out to Ian Napa. So Napa, if you're watching, boom, Hackney man, just like myself. Big up. So yeah, of course, you have Brian Lawrence again. And how does it work in terms of promotions for you? How did it work? How did you get on the whole promotional thing?
Basically, around the time that I decided, you know what, I'm going professional, there was a new promoter that was starting up his own promotional company. Tommy Dav. He'd come down to where I was training, he'd seen me a few times, and I heard that he was interested in me. But at the time, I didn't have a manager, and I wasn't signed to Brian. Just that, we were still talking, but the way I see it is that this is more than a coincidence. Do you know what I mean? I've come here, and there's a guy, I don't have a promoter, and there's a guy that's starting up his own promotional company. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, this is more than a coincidence. It can't be, so I got speaking to this guy, and there's a bit of chemistry involved there as well.
Do you see Tommy Dove, which I've met as well? We've interviewed a few times. He's a very nice guy. Got to say that. And he shows of being very impressed the way he conducts himself. Always has time. So shout out to Tommy Dove, Dove Box Promotions. Boom.
Of course. Boom.
Dan Academy. So shout out to Tommy Dove for that. So you signed with Tommy Dove.
Yeah.
You have your first professional bout.
Yeah.
And your thoughts about it?
My thoughts about the first one. I loved the preparation for that fight. I loved it. It was wicked. It's like I was on a mission. That's why I felt. Oh yeah, man, I'm on a mission. The runs, the long runs outside, I was enjoying them. The sparring, and then we had a press conference. My first time having a press conference, and I just loved it. There were cameras everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And it's like everyone was quiet to hear me speak. I felt like a king, and then the actual fight.
That's it, king.
Yeah, it was the truth. It's the truth, man. But the fight itself, even the preparation in the changing room, like a lot of people get sort of anxious and nervous. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't nervous. I just wanted to hurry up and get on. Do you know what I mean? I heard like the crowd, and I thought, yeah, they're here for me, even though they were here to support what other boxers. They were in my head. They're there for me. That's my, And I came out. Of course,
you've got your head in that way, focused.
Yeah, that's it. I came out and I done my work. I stayed behind the jab. I won that fight, but yeah, on the jab. Basically, on the jab, my opponent didn't really throw much back. The minute that he felt my jab, because it's so powerful, he didn't want to stick around to feel like the other punches that I had.
Yeah. So you win your first bout, and of course we came and saw you. A few things I do want to talk about that second about
Yeah.
that I spotted that were just, and people still look at me, would smile at me when I was saying what I was saying to you. I came into the dressing room, I spotted it 3 or 4 times when I saw you. I came into the room, I didn't know who you were. But the one thing I picked up, you were in a corner, sitting on a chair and completely zoned out. Dominic Akinlade was in the room. He came in, did his pre-fight interview with me. You were in the cinema, not paying attention to anybody, in your own zone. I ended up seeing the pre-fight, then watching Akinlade get knocked down, and get up and then knock match hard. Come back to the dressing room. Ian Luton was in there. People cheering for Akinlade. You know, cameras in the room. People interviewing. The dressing room was busy. Other fighters getting themselves organised. And this man, I'm just keeping my eye on this man in the corner. Just there, focused. I'm like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? And I just thought, I'm just watching your composure, and I've watched everyone else prepare. Everyone's rap, doing interviews, chatting or whatever, and just you, just in the corner by yourself, just focused. And I'm like, this guy. I let this stick. And you know, you get this sort of sense. I said, let me just keep a tab on this guy.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, the ring walk, you go to the ring, and I'm thinking, okay, so I'm watching you.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the first minute. This man's reminding me of something in between, like Thomas Hearns and Bob Foster. There, he's tall, he's focused, the face, the eyes, the movements, the hand, the way he's throwing jab and the right hand.
Yeah.
And I'm watching, I say, boy, I'm gonna actually commentate on this fight. So I started commentating on the fight. And the more I'm commentating, the more I'm seeing this Thomas Hearns and this Bob Foster sort of style. Thinking, whoa. So then after the fight, and I've seen what's gone on, and I've said, go back and talk to this guy. And and it's like, can see like the person that was so focused.
Yeah.
Then the guy afterwards just kind of chilled and relaxed.
Yeah.
Well aware of yourself and what you wanted to do. You didn't get caught up in the hype or got caught up into who else was in the room or what was going on. And I said to you, I thought you were so cool and so composed and so focused. And people laughed at me when they were in the room, like, but they didn't understand there was an element of from there that a fighter of only 2 fights, that was your second pro fight. And for you to do something like that for only 2 pro, that is a certain quality that. And I was like, wow, I was blown away, because it takes to remain so cool and so focused when everything in that dressing room ain't no big dressing room like you see on Sky Sports. It's like my kitchen's bigger than that dressing room. You know what I mean? And everyone's crammed in that one room, and that room is filled with all different egos in there. Fighters, some of the guys, promoters, trainers, managers, mates, hangers on, all the lot are in the room, and you're just there. And you're just there like this. So listen, this man a zombie or what? And like this guy's like, okay. So talk to me about that. Pre-fight. Any other person I've seen look that way? There's 3 other people I've seen like that. I've seen Golovkin that way, where he's just like.
I love Golovkin.
He does it. I've seen Lewis do it, but I've heard stories. I've heard, and I'm going to release some stories soon about Lennox Lewis, where Lennox is so cool and calm in the dressing room. Well, I've heard different stories that Lennox was actually shitting himself in the dressing rooms.
Oh, wow.
And these are from people that were he's calling assistant trainers and all this. I'm like, what? He said, no, listen, let me get something straight to you. Lennox was as nervous as hell.
Oh, man.
He said, but I said, don't worry about that. That was just a put on. That was a facade. That's not the real Lennox. I'm like, what? Yeah, of course. I'm like, what? So, of course, still try and get more of that about that in a future interview. But so talk to me about why, how.
To me, it's always
kind of like, in terms of that pre-fight preparation.
Well, that specifically, I think When I was studying, I was so interested in like sports psychology,
Hmm.
and what they explained to me was that it's the zone. You know, it's like that complete. It's like a state of perfection,
Hmm.
almost. You
Absolutely.
know, and it's like you just go over exactly what you're going to do in your head
Visualization,
before you.
rehearsal.
Yeah, that's it. Visualization. That's it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm visualizing the victory. I'm visualizing my jab, and then I break it down. My jab's gonna come out so perfect. It's gonna hit him so hard. He's not gonna want to come forwards. And if he does come forwards, he's gonna walk onto a right hand. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like I've just gone into that. It's like I don't
Like
know.
a
Do you
clinical
Matrix
psych.
man?
Like I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to give you this, and if you come forward, I'm
Yeah,
going to give you that, and if you try the other
yeah,
side, I go whipping the uppercuts,
yeah, yeah,
and if you got too long, I'm going to thump you with a jab, and if you
yeah,
come in again, I thump you with two jabs, and if you want a little bit more,
yeah,
I'll give you two jabs on the right hand,
yeah.
and if you still
There
want
you
to come in, I'll
go.
give you then a left
Yeah,
hook, and coming down, I'm going to hit you with the uppercut and spin you.
that's it. That's exactly what it is. It's like meditation, you know?
Of
Like,
course.
okay, put it this way, the actual show itself, I think started at 6:30. Last, I think it was 10 o'clock. I came on around 10 o'clock or half 10. I was in that changing room from 5:30. And I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in the change room on the same seat, didn't move from that single spot, full stop.
Do you want to go to the toilet?
No, didn't need to go.
That's one thing I've always known about fighters. Do you ever feel like you need to go to the toilet in a fight or before a fight?
No, before. I mean, to me, all of that sort of shuts off. Like, I don't know, maybe about an hour before or something. You know, I relieve myself, I sip a bit of water in, and that's it. It's fight mode. You know, it's just fight. It's
Right.
serious business. It's a businessman. You know what I mean? Like, I've got business to take care of, so I eliminate all the distractions that are around me because I need to get the job done.
Yeah,
It's plain and
there's an
simple.
expression. My wife's American, and one of the
Yeah,
expressions that she uses, "handle your business." It's
yeah,
a very,
yeah.
very American term, your business. So when you said there about handle your business, very much American term. I like to kind of jazz things up. Just handle your business. Handle your business.
Handle your business. I like it.
Handle your
Wait.
business. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of it makes you have to kind of put your shoulders out.
No, yeah, you have to. Do you know what I mean? It's like, all right, growing up, I grew up with both my parents, and it's
Yeah.
like watching like my dad take on a job. He would shut everyone else out completely to get the job done, but he was a carpenter, so like he would get that job done so perfectly because he was so focused on doing it.
Okay.
You know,
I was meant to ask you your background. Where's your family hail from?
Jamaica.
Okay, both parents.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so you in light of people like Usain Bolt
yeah,
and Glenn Johnson, of
yeah.
course, like everybody, what does that mean for you in terms of the future in boxing for you?
Oh man. Listen, I would love to win the support of Jamaicans, but not just Jamaicans, like just people on a whole,
Yeah,
Africans and Caribbeans, full stop. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been some good fighters that come out of the Caribbean. Of course, let's not forget Mike Keller, the body snatcher.
Yeah, he was wicked. He was wicked. Mike McCallum was wicked. I watch a lot of him. I study a lot of his fights.
Bad boy,
Definitely, but
bad
even
man, bad
even
man.
even like second generation Jamaicans as well. Lennox Lewis, Frank Bruno,
Of
Trevor
course,
Berbick, Donovan Razor Ruddock.
brother. Of course.
Yeah.
And,
Apparently
and
even
you and you've got Dillian White
oh yeah,
talking and
Dylan
talking
White,
and
exactly.
talking.
There you go. Nicholas
Of course,
Waters.
of course.
Yeah. Listen, there's a long list of champions actually. So I'm
Shout out
just
to Dillian White, by the way.
pardon?
Shout out, by the way.
Yeah.
I just gave Dillian a shout out.
Yeah. Oh, Dylan. Yeah, that's wicked. I certainly appreciate that. Definitely, but yeah, there's so many like the list. I heard that Floyd Mayweather's granddad is Jamaican as well. You know.
Okay, Shannon Briggs' family. I think some of his family hail from Grenada, so we'll claim it.
Other Caribbeans, we'll claim that too. Errol Spence is Jamaican. You know, Errol Spence Jr. is Jamaican.
Is he?
Yeah.
I was that close to meeting him. Texas.
Yeah.
I was about 50 minutes away from him, and then we had terrible weather in Texas, and I didn't get to see him. Him and his trainer had set up for it all, and it just
I think he's a wicked fighter, man. He's brilliant.
He's definitely got a future. Okay, let's talk about Ward v Kovalev. That's the fight that obviously you're in the light heavyweight division. You're making your way up in the light heavyweight division. And of course, these guys are the top of the food chain. One day you hope to be top of the food chain yourself.
100%.
The strengths and weaknesses of both fighters. Let's talk about Kovalev first.
Yeah. Kovalev is a very intimidating fighter. You know, he's a front foot fighter, but he has above average boxing skills. You know, that's the thing. Devastating power in both hands. He's a tough man. And he's just an aggressive fighter. Like, you wouldn't want to be in the ring with him for too long. You know? He has the ability to wear you down and knock you out. Or knock you out. You know, so he's a very dangerous opponent for Ward. Ward's most dangerous opponent to this day is Sergey Kovalev.
Okay. What about Andre Ward?
Technical genius. Technical genius. The man is a technician. The way how he's like I can't say he's like a Mayweather. He's his own fighter, but they share the same sort of brain when they're in the ring. You know, the ability to figure their opponent out, you know, and then have an answer for it. You know, like, he has an answer for every style. That's the thing. He has an answer for it. He's broken down. Who was it he fought? And he just annihilated him.
You got Dawson. The Carl Froch fight was interesting.
The Carl Froch fight was interesting. Carl Froch couldn't hit him. Was it more recently? Pardon?
Kessler,
yeah, he annihilated Kessler.
Abraham.
Oh, mate, I love that fight with Abraham. No, I love that. I love that fight because Arthur Abraham only knows one way.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And Wood just gave it to him. You know, Wood gave it to him. He broke down. Is it Paul Smith?
Yeah, Paul Smith.
Yeah, he broke him down.
Paul Smith was saying he knew the way to fight Andre.
No, he didn't. He didn't know the way.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No,
he didn't.
He did.
Andre Ward picked him apart.
I was thinking, like, you know, I mean, you see guy commentaries. I'm like myself, mate. He's like, yeah, I know. If I land on Andre Ward, I could take him out of there. I'm gonna do this. It's a fight. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
Like, you categorically, I'm not gonna do that.
That's it. You're not ready.
Fight against off. You think we can jump from Arthur Abraham to Andre Ward? Yeah, of course. If you put on a bit more weight on, go over the weight, that's really going to help, isn't it? Get fatter. Yeah, of course. I know I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to put more weight on, and I'm going to get even more fatter than I am.
Yeah, right.
Get as heavy as a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Which makes you slower, which means that you're going to take more licks anyway.
Yeah, and he did. He got punished. That way he got punished. The Cuban he fought.
I like at the end of the fight where Smith got punished for he got punished in the ring and got punished for coming in overweight. And I just thought, no, mate, I'll take your money back. You can have your money back afterwards. Man beats you up, you get punished for it, you get punished in the ring for it, you get punished out of the ring for being out of shape. Yeah. Right? Being over, and then afterwards you get put back on a plane to go back home.
Yeah.
As a commentator for Sky Sports, right? And he gives you your money to go home. So, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Don't worry about it. Here, take the money and go home.
Losing money. Home time.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
That was funny. I found out the whole of that whole situation, giving Paul Smith back his money and sending him on his way. That was the funniest thing about the whole of that situation.
Yeah.
You know, but it's good though. You know, Andre Ward has. I spoke to Darnell Boone only just a few, and Darnell said to me, he said that Andre Ward now fights more in the pocket, stays there too long, and he's getting hit by guys.
Yeah.
They wouldn't usually get hit by.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Maybe he's listening a bit too much to what like the critics are saying, where they say Andre Ward boring fights, he needs to be a bit more exciting to sell more. Because to be honest, the money that he should have earned from boxing, he hasn't. Because he's that good that he doesn't need to stand and trade with guys. But that's what a lot of these fans want to see. You know, they want to see like a 50-50 fight when, to be honest, you're in a fight with Ward. That doesn't really happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he could be trying to make his fight more exciting, or the weight could have slowed him down.
Okay. He also said that he thinks that Kovalev wins the fight by late stoppage or unanimous points decision.
I could see that happening, definitely. But then at the same time, Andre Ward's brain is on a different level. Do you know what I mean? And he can outthink himself out of a lot of dangerous situations.
I also said to him, "What do you think of Andre Ward, Kovalev sparring with Alexander
Usyk, yeah.
He wow.
Yeah.
He went wow. The footwork. Yeah. I said this last night to you. The footwork is key there. Usyk's footwork.
Yeah, you did.
For some reason, comes out and wants to use his feet.
He'll have an answer for that. He'll be able to close that down because Kovalev, as I say, he can box, so he does have fast feet himself. Well, quick enough anyway.
Darnell Boone knocked down Kovalev 3 times in his fight with him.
Yeah, yeah, and he's still got up and win.
That's true, but they said that was a close decision. Darnell said.
Yeah,
and he said also. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean Darnell Boone, he's a puncher. You know, like he can bang. That's the thing, and it's always a risk getting into the ring with a puncher. Do you know what I mean? So you can't call Kovalev chinny because he got knocked down by someone who can really hit.
Right, of course. Got up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, but what about getting caught on the angles? He said the reason why I was knocking Kovalev down wasn't power; it was the angles. He was catching off balance all the time.
Yeah. Well, his balance, to me, it looks like it's improved a lot. From watching him fight in his younger days to now, his balance has improved a lot, definitely. But Ward's not a powerful puncher. That's the thing. So
he knocked down Barrera, didn't he?
Yeah, but I'm not convinced. That's the thing. I'm not convinced by his power because it's like give me someone who's got one punch, but like someone like Danny Garcia has one punch power. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but when's the last time he's one punch knocked somebody out? In fact, when's the last time you saw Danny Garcia look good in a fight?
That's true. After the America, no, he looked good against Matisse.
You're right. I keep telling people that since the Matisse fight, he's not looked good. I think Danny's not taken from Danny Garcia since the Lucas Matisse fight.
Yeah, I can agree with you. I agree with you.
He hasn't been the same fighter since.
Yeah, that fight definitely.
So you were going to make a prediction.
You know.
If you were going to make a prediction for this fight between Ward and Kovalev, who would you go for and why?
Kovalev. And
you go Kovalev.
The reason why I would go with Kovalev is because, I mean, mentally he's my type of fighter. You know, mentally he's my type of fighter.
Kovalev's your kind of.
Yeah. His mindset anyways, that he's out there to cause as much damage as possible. You know, there was an interview in which he said that if Ward holds him, he'll break both his hands. And I started smiling when I heard that. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, you're in the ring with a very dangerous man. You know, you're very and he actually wants to hurt you. You know, that's the difference. It's like, I watched an Andre Ward interview, and Andre Ward said, I'm in the ring with someone who wants to really hurt me, and it's my job to not let that happen. To me, that sounds a bit too defensive. Do you know what I mean? If someone said to me, I really want to hurt you, I'm going to look at them and say, no, because I'm going to hurt you even more. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a war.
Fight with fire instead of, but see, Ward's a scientist. He's going to diffuse your fire. So when you bring that fire, he'll say to you, all right, to hurt you. He'll say that to bring that fire out of you. So when you come to fight Ward now, he just counters all of that. Course. So when you come and throw your right hand, he's slipping your right hand when you slip your left hook.
Of course.
And then you're frustrated. And then he starts putting a 2-3 punch combination in your face. Like, why did he do that?
Taking your strengths away from you.
So he fought Frotch.
Yeah.
Frotch was sitting there talking all the stuff. You can't knock me out. I bet you can't knock me out. Yeah. And Ward's just looking saying, I might not knock you out. But I tell you, I'm going to have tough times to win this fight by points.
Of course.
Come the fight now. I remember one round where Ward was on the inside.
Yeah.
Hitting Frotch, and Frotch kept shaking his head all the time, like say, well, what's going on here? What's going on here? And Ward was bullying Frotch on the inside.
Of course.
And no super middleweight had done that to Frotch. No super middleweight.
Definitely. It was hand speed, just sheer athleticism alone.
But to be fair to Frotch, in the later rounds, Ward started tiring, and Frotch started coming back into the right. But it was a bit too little too late because Ward had already passed on the points.
Far ahead.
Yeah.
You said with Kovalev.
Rematch.
Yeah. I don't think a rematch on a rematch, Ward beats him again.
Okay. Ward, the inactive Ward, if Frotch had fought Ward after the growth fight, would have been inactive. What about that Frotch fight in that Ward?
Frotch still would have lost.
Even in the one who's been inactive for a year.
Yeah, Frotch still would have lost.
Or 2 years. I'm sure Frotch would have lost. But would it not have been a closer fight?
Probably would have been a closer fight, but Ward would have won the fight.
Fair enough. I'm not saying that Frotch would have won, but I'd love to have seen it anyway.
It would have been a closer fight. The thing is, I said the mind doesn't get tired.
No.
You know, the body can age, but the mind is still sharp.
It would be interesting to see what adjustments Frotch would have made. That fight in the UK.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on the
fight in the UK.
Yeah.
Home soil this time, and Andre Ward coming to the UK, and Frotch trying to come off and trying to take out Ward like he tried to take out Boutte.
Yeah.
Coming out steaming from like he did against Boutte against Ward. See how Ward got something now. Who's fighting your second time? Who's got something to prove? You beat me the first time, right? I'm not going to let you get on the inside this time. I'll do something different.
Definitely.
I think it'd be a better fight than the first fight.
100%. 100%. When he came out like that against Boutte got annihilated.
Boutte got done.
Yeah. Plain and simple. I remember that. There was a big hype over Boutte.
Yeah.
Frotch just walked all over it.
Absolutely. Let's talk about a guy that you know pretty well, Dillian Whyte. He's now fighting Derek Chisora.
Yeah.
Dillian always said that he was going to glass Derek.
Yeah.
Derek, he said, who's the donkey now? Who's the donkey now? And of course, it was quite interesting the way the water was set up.
Yeah.
See, when Derek went through the water, he didn't throw the water that was in front of him, done Johnny Nelson's water and threw it at Dillian.
Yeah.
And then Dillian got up and threw the glass. At first, did he actually throw it at Derek or did he throw it at the wall?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering kind of like how much of that was really to sell the fight, because really that is really people are more interested to see Dillian Whyte fight Derek Chisora than they are Anthony Joshua.
And Molina, innit?
Molina.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
I'm kind of wondering how much of that animosity was real and how much of it was put on.
Yeah, I think there's a genuine dislike there, but you
Well,
know,
I heard this stuff before. I've heard
yeah,
this stuff. It's a genuine dislike, like because they have to be competitive and they've got to fight one
yeah,
another now,
yeah.
or is it a genuine dislike because there really is bad blood and these guys really don't like one another?
I think that it's bad blood. Do you know what I mean? Like they're both very strong-willed people.
Yep.
You know, they're very strong-willed people, and when they say, you know, I'm gonna do this, they are gonna do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as well as that, I wouldn't say that they're emotional, but they've got hot heads.
Yeah. Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
So looking at both guys, who do you think wins
I think
this
Dillian
fight?
wins. Yeah, Dillian wins like Dillian either on points or late stoppage because Derek is yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Derek is very durable, extremely durable. He's strong. He's just a tough guy. Do you know what I mean? Not Vladimir, Vitali. Klitschko couldn't get him out of there.
Exactly. Klitschko couldn't get out of there, but David could.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'll tell you something about Derek Chisora. I don't know if it's a myth, but Derek Chisora's style is incomplete. Derek Chisora's style was based on like the Joe Frazier style, or
yeah.
Bob and
But no left
Weird
hook.
hook. Yeah, exactly. Problem with Derek Chisora is that style never got completed.
No.
So you've got a fighter now know what to do when he gets on the inside against tall guys.
Yeah,
And then when he fights shorter guys, doesn't know how to make the adjustment because his chin is there to get hit. The taller guys, he's bobbing and weaving, and you'll get the top of his head. So
yeah,
that durability that you're talking about
yeah.
is because they're hitting the top of his head.
With that, not his chin. Okay.
When you fight someone like David Hay, who's just the same height as you,
Chin
you
check.
can't bob and weave because your chin's there to be hit and hit and hit. So when he fought Dave, he kept getting pinged with a right hand all the time. So you see,
Yeah,
every time Derek came forward, boom, right hand, boom,
yeah,
left hook, boom, right hand. So Derek was frustrated.
yeah.
So you threw that, I don't know what kind of punch it was, which then David opened up that big punch to knock him out. So Derek Chisora style, it still has to be proven whether he can fight and beat guys his own size and his own height.
That's true.
Effectively. You see in the Parler fight, he got wobbled, and then the Gerber fight, he got wobbled. So, he fought well against Pulev, basically put a schooling on him. So it's what level is Dillian White? Is he better than Pulev? Is he as good as Pulev?
That's true.
Be a
good test for Dillian. I mean, I really like Dillian. I do. Yeah, and I think, as I say, as long as he stays disciplined, yeah, it will be a very good fight in which he will come out victorious.
The other thing is, this will be the first time in a long while, because look, that Ian Lewison was in no way in shape, ready for the fight.
No, he wasn't.
David Allen wasn't in shape, ready
Nope.
for the fight. Those fights, Dillian White had enough time to prepare and get himself in shape. Now he fights Derek Chisora, who's known this fight has been going for a while. So Derek's got no excuses, in tip-top shape to fight Dillian White.
Yeah, that's
true. So this is the first time a guy's coming in of recent times since Dillian White has fought, since the comeback and obviously the injury. It's the first time he's fighting somebody now who's in shape and prepared, who should be in shape and ready to prepared with a game plan.
Of course.
To fight.
Of course, definitely. But to me, Derek Chisora, he just lacks that discipline to training anyway, because I've seen a lot of the time he starts to gas out after the fourth round. Yeah, he starts to gas out. He just starts to get tired. Do you know what I mean? So I see the same thing happening, to be honest.
Yeah. Here's something else here. I heard a story. I don't know. Well, I know David Allen has been talking to want to fight David Price. Okay. But you know that Luis Ortiz is going to be fighting on December past Malik Scott, which I expect him to get past Malik Scott.
Of course.
So Dave Allen against Luis Ortiz. Do you think we'd see a fight like that?
There's no point.
I know you say there's no point.
Yeah.
I know you say there's no. It's one of those fights I can see Matchroom making, either Dave Allen versus David Price or Dave Allen versus Luis Ortiz.
Oh, mate. Poor Dave Allen.
I can see it happening. I can see it happening.
Yeah, probably Luis Ortiz, they probably feed him to be honest, just to keep him active. Do you know what I mean? You got to feed the beast. You have to feed the beast, man. Because
I've said this a few times. Like, he's never fought a puncher He's never fought a puncher in the heavyweight division yet.
Who? Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Yeah, he hasn't. He hasn't. But to be honest, I mean, when you're a heavyweight, you can punch.
You can punch. You can give it, but can you take it?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
If he can't take it, if he can take it, we have the real McCoy there.
Yeah.
But if he can't take it,
I think that he can take it though. I mean, he just looks like a guy that's just built to just be in the ring. Do you know what I mean? And literally annihilate people no matter what they throw at him. He's like a rock.
You look at the Jennings fight. He looks like he's got stamina problems.
Yeah. I just think that that's just like his style. Because in every fight that I've seen, he looks a bit lethargic.
I mean, he's got good boxing skills. He's got good boxing. Yeah. But Tyson Fury, when I interviewed him, hit his spot on. He's the best heavyweight in Cuba. He was always number 3 in Cuba.
Yeah.
You had Perez behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, Perez is definitely behind
him.
I
mean, that was heavyweight, yeah. So he was never the number 1 heavyweight.
So he was the number 1.
At the moment, of course. But he hasn't fought the guys. Perez fought Povetkin.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. Let's see him fight Povetkin.
That's true. But I see him beating Povetkin. I mean, yeah, I just like the guy.
Of course, you know, I like Ortiz. Yeah. But I want to see.
No, of course, definitely.
And
definitely,
I don't think a guy should be called a beast for knocking out guys that he's meant to knock out. This is a guy that knocks out guys like well-known, reputable guys. You know what I mean? Guys who don't fall over.
I think the best name on it is Brian Jennings, isn't it?
Brian Jennings wasn't even in great shape.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, you know, you can't knock Ortiz for what he's done. You can only fight the guy that's put in front of him. But again, I'm just dubious. He's fought Thompson. He's fought Malik Scott. He's fighting Malik Scott now. Not a puncher. The guy who fought before that wasn't a puncher. And he fought Coyote. He's not a puncher. He's not even a heavyweight. Jennings wasn't a puncher. So when you put that all together, he's a guy that, you know, it's almost like this guy in this super middleweight division, Callum Smith.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Everyone, Callum Smith is the best super middleweight. Callum Smith, the best, most talented super middleweight in. So hold on a second. Has he fought anyone in the top 20?
Yeah, it's true.
Has he fought anyone in the top 10? Nope. Has he fought any punchers? Oh yeah, he fought Rocky Fielding. Okay. Rocky Fielding. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. All right. So what determines, like, he's the best. Callum Smith feels he can beat Gale. Callum Smith feels he can beat. Yeah. All right. Mate. Okay, mate.
Yeah, it's a lot. To be honest, I think the British public overhype a lot of people, especially like you know, their own product. It's like British football players. They overhype them. They put out
overhype. It's not the word. It's like
they want the next best.
And then you put them into world class. Again, they can't. It's a tough assignment for him tonight. But if he could pull it off, it'd be amazing. Yeah. It would be. Damn well, though, he stands no chance in hell of winning this fight.
No chance. It's the truth. I mean,
the Golovkin fight with Kell Brook. No disrespect.
Oh, mate. Yeah,
Kell Brook. No business being in the middleweight division. No business.
Especially with Gennady Golovkin. You know, like cool. Financially, it made sense for him. Yeah, you know, he has a family to support. Fair
Of
enough.
course.
Yeah,
But
fair
that's
enough.
it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would make me move from welterweight to fight the most dangerous boxer. Not even in his division. Yeah, but one of the most dangerous. Yeah, in the world. Full
Yeah.
stop. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's only money that's gonna cause me to take that fight. Only money, and that's it.
Absolutely. So I think that no disrespect to Kell Brook, he's got all the balls in the world for doing it, but he could have lost his eye in the whole process
Of course, yeah, broken
of
eye
fighting
socket.
Golovkin. Yeah, it's bravery, British bravery. Yeah, of course, you lose your eye.
Yeah,
Nobody who says that is going to give you a new eye for that. So
exactly. There you go.
you keep training
'Cause I
now,
mean,
but it remains to be seen if a guy like that, when you beat them, if their heart gets broken. So we
of
have to remain to see what happens with Kell Brook.
course.
Had a discussion earlier with Daniel Boone and talk
Yeah.
of Golovkin fighting Pacquiao.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, see these catch weight fights now. I think they're just ruining boxing. That's
I
ridiculous.
asked Daniel, I said, hold on a second. So it's acceptable to fight Golovkin or Golovkin to go down, move down to fight Pacquiao, but it's unacceptable for Golovkin to move two weight divisions to fight Andre Ward.
There you go.
I said, no, tell me that. That's double standard. Don't. I told him on the show, don't give me that. It's unacceptable. Point blank, unacceptable both ways.
That's true. That is double
He's
standard.
started his career super bantamweight?
Bantamweight, something like that, yeah. And he's blown up from super bantam, yeah, to a light middle because he fought De La Hoya at light middle, didn't he?
No, he drained De La Hoya down to welterweight, didn't he? Welterweight. De La Hoya decided to come in at 142, but yet his last fight was 154 pound. I didn't get it, but
yeah,
just one of those things, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So are there any other guys in the light heavyweight division? Of course, Stevenson.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Don Stevenson?
He's a bogeyman. He's a bogeyman. Definitely, like he has his own style, you know, and but he's an extremely powerful puncher. You know, they don't call him Superman for no reason.
I remember Tony Bellew being in the studio saying, "Oh, I had to beat him." I'm thinking, yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm thinking, right. I was thinking to myself, yeah, all right. Until he lands that left hand.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's
when he lands the left hand, then tell me about the game plan.
Yeah, you go night when he lands the left hand. I mean, as I said yesterday, watching him against Chad Dawson wasn't. It was yeah, you know.
That's why Carl Froch wanted no part of him.
Yeah,
Adonis Stevenson was hanging around fight, and Froch wanted no part of that Stevenson. You can't blame him.
No, of course not.
Will you really want to test your chin against that guy?
Nah, mate. No, thank you.
And as soon as that fight, because we went on a Fort Pascal, as soon as that happened, he moved up. You know what? Forget Froch. I moved up to like heavyweight. Starches Dawson around.
Yeah, he flattened him.
I remember talking to his ex-trainer. I can't remember again. Russ Anbar. And Russ Anbar said to me on the pads, Adonis Stevenson hits harder than most heavyweights.
Wow. Wow.
And there's no reason for him to smoke up Adonis Stevenson's backside.
Yeah, that's true. Wow.
You know, that teases something about Stevenson.
Yeah, but it makes sense. That's why a lot of people avoid him. I mean, he's got the WBC title, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but how many times a year has he fought?
Who's that, Stevenson?
Yeah.
I think he fights once or twice a year.
Yeah. There you go. Normally you have a lot of people sort of knocking on your back door for the belt. I think
the other thing I know is about Stevenson, he can only fight one way. You start backing up, pushing him back against that stuff.
Yeah, but
of course,
that's the thing. Who's brave enough to try and push him back?
Who might get nailed? Yeah. That's the thing. He's got a fight coming up now. He's defending. The guy who looked quite tasty the other day to fight Stevenson. The young guy. He had a win the other night. He won. This guy's defending his title against the youngster. He looked quite decent.
What youngster is that? Who's that?
I can't remember now. I saw the guy fight. this is the next guy for Adonis Stevenson. And I thought to myself, you know, I couldn't remember if I said this guy could beat Adonis Stevenson or this guy was tailor-made for Adonis. One or the other. I think he's American. I'm not sure. I can't remember the
because I know
guy's name.
Yeah, he fought. His last fight was against that guy,
Williams.
Thomas Williams. Yeah,
he was gonna get nailed. He was gonna get nailed.
But not Tao.
As soon as he came out round one, I've seen his fight. I said, you know what? As soon as Adonis nails catches you, you're gonna get knocked out. But the fight was exciting because Williams came to.
Yeah, he came to fight. Yeah.
As soon as you come to the bottom with Stevenson,
that's it.
You leave it. He was actually least. Stevenson was actually saying, okay, then all right, come to me. And when you start opening up your hands to start landing them big shots, straight for the middle.
That was it.
Boom.
Oh, that was it. That was all he wrote.
So, for yourself in the light heavyweight division, what happens next for Williams?
Pardon?
What happens next for Markus the Great Williams?
Oh, all right. I should be fighting in January. Yeah, there's a January show. I was hoping for something in December, but it doesn't look like it's happening. So January, I'll be next out in January.
You know where you'll be fighting, or
where? I'm not sure yet.
Okay. For those people who are watching the show or watching this, if you want to check out Markus Williams' last fight, Markus the Great Williams, it's on Bayloric TV with myself with some very special commentary. I think Williams remarked saying it was was it excitable commentary? Were your words?
Yeah. Yes. Very exciting.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah.
So there you go. So yeah, so check out the fight with Markus Williams. I will leave it in this description box in this video. Markus, so much for being on Bayloric TV. You've been a gentleman and a great guest.
Thank you for having me.
For those people who want to contact you, want to know more about you, how do they contact?
You can contact me on my Twitter. It is the Great 2189. You can follow me on Instagram at _great_MA, and my Facebook is Markus the Great Williams.
And the question I'm going to ask you for tonight is the Great. What inspired the name?
Many people. Well, of course, you're familiar with Alexander the Great.
Of course.
And yeah, he's great exploits. You know, can I talk to you a bit about him? But yeah, with him, obviously, he conquered Asia, Persia, Greece. By the time he was 33, well, he died at 33.
As Lennox would say, he came to conquer.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Lennox is a joke. Anyway,
you know, but yeah, and North Africa as well, he conquered. But yeah, by the time he was 31, and do you know what I mean? So of course, Alexander the Great, then Muhammad Ali, you know, was one of my favorite boxers, and he used to call himself the greatest. You know, I'm very inspired by Muhammad Ali, you know, just him as a person in general, and the spirit behind the man, you know. I was very touched by him.
I was fortunate enough to talk to his brother, I did an interview with his brother. It's on Bayloric TV as well. His brother for a while, he was just got his new book out, and we're talking to him about his life with Muhammad and son of Muhammad and career himself, and he gave that career up to spar and look after his brother. And yeah, it's a great story. Great story.
Oh, that's wicked, man. I'll definitely search for that video.
That was a special moment for me. Just to talk to someone like Muhammad Ali's brother, you don't do that every day.
You know, of course. Of course.
And they didn't go to him, they came to me.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, so I appreciate
it. Works out. Yeah. Definitely, man. I'd feel touched.
You don't you don't say no, brother.
Pardon?
I said you don't say no to Muhammad Ali's brother.
No, of course not. Definitely not, man. Definitely not, man. I would love to have kicked it with him.
Then I was recently in the States, and I did a trip, and I was taken through Chicago by one of the best Chicago hip hop artists.
Yeah.
And Chicago, we stopped for 3 spots. We went past Farrakhan's house. We went down to Elijah Muhammad's house, and then pushed on through to Muhammad Ali's house.
Oh, man.
You had this one street that at the time technically would have had Ali, Elijah Muhammad, and Farrakhan all on the same street.
Oh,
and
man,
believe it or not, just around the corner was the Abad.
Wow.
Is that not mind blowing?
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Just kind of like just the vicinity of like a block.
Yeah.
And they call it Hyde Park. I was like, wow. Like historically, you're thinking that it just kind of blows your mind.
Oh, of course. Definitely, man. It must have been so powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a great experience, and just Ali. When I looked at his house, the house that he had, and then thinking to myself, well, back in that time, he had those leaders there to kind of talk to and be strength.
Exactly. There you go.
When he was going through all the stuff he was going through in America, wow! I remember the time he was going through America.
Yeah.
You know, you ask yourself a question: would something like a Floyd Mayweather now be able to deal with that back then?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they say that, you know, you rise to the occasion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So you never know what you've got in your tank until you're tested.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I know Floyd Mayweather's been through his own struggles, but I couldn't see him in Muhammad Ali's shoes.
Wow.
You know?
Imagine him going through he called himself TBE. I mean, that's a promotional thing, of course.
Of course.
And of course, you don't admit that yourself. Of course, I understand that. And in the ring, you could say, well, I thought he lost that fight, but on his record, it's got that lovely 0.
Yeah, it's a 0. There we go.
So he can say he was the greatest ever, and nobody can say, well, you ain't the greatest. What? Who beat me? Who beat me? Yeah. Oh, you didn't fight the best. Well, who's the best in my era? Yeah. Who was the best in my era? Oh, well, you ducked him, and you didn't fight him, you didn't fight him. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I thought the greatest in that era. I thought Pacquiao. Well, wasn't Canelo the next great thing? Well, I beat him, didn't I?
Yeah, there you go.
Wasn't Adrian Broner make me a fantastic fight? I fought the guy that beat him up. Right, okay.
Twice.
So I beat the guy that knocked out Pacquiao. Okay, so what do you want?
There you go. I think that Mayweather's fought the most champions.
There you go.
Yeah, he's the most champions.
I'm not going to make this the Mayweather champion.
Just credit
start making this the Mayweather channel. But yeah, Marcus the Great Williams, thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV.
Welcome, man. Thank you.
And we will career in 2017. All right, champ.
Thank you, man.
You take care and all the best.
You too, man. All the best, man. You take care.
All the best. That was Marcus the Great Williams. This has been Ingram Jones for Bayloric TV. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Check out Marcus the Great Williams on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course, check his fight out. And get in touch with Marcus. Give him a follow. And support the Ingram Jones for Bayloric TV with Marcus the Great Williams. We're out. Have a good evening.
Sweet.